Welcome back, YouTube. It's been about a week since I put the back together. So now the stage is set for the front. So if y'all followed the last video, at the end of it, I was telling y'all that I had to paint my spindles, my calipers, my gearbox, and I also had to get my dog bones and my bushings pressed in to these lowers. They're all dirty. I actually just finished doing that. So all that is done. So now I can go ahead and put the front together. So I'm gonna start with the lowers here, and then we're gonna move on to the uppers, and then we'll do the spindles. I'm gonna have to grease those bearings. I'll show you how to do that. I always just pack them by hand. To me, that's always been the easiest way. And then we'll move on to all the linkage and all that. So let me get started on the lowers over here. Got the lowers in, they're looking good. Wipe them down a little bit because they were filthy. Some of y'all may notice, but I did paint the spring pockets because they were just finished in like a nickel. It didn't look chrome, so I went ahead and painted it. That way it can look a little better. I wiped them down, bolted them on. Those are good to go. Now we can go ahead and move on with the uppers. Got the uppers on. They're nice and tight. I need to wipe them down. They're just kind of hanging out there. So now we're gonna move on to the spindles. We got right here. So I prepped these separate. There is the spindle itself, and then this bracket for the linkage, steering linkage, and then the caliper bracket. I had it all separated. I prepped it all, and then I based it and cleared it all in one chunk. So after I prepped it, I bolted it together and then painted it. I just hung it and painted it. And it came out really good. I'm happy with it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get these installed, and then I'm gonna pack my bearings with grease, and then we can move on to the rotors. All right, I got this side done. So I slid in the cylinder with the donut. Don't forget your donut unless you want your cylinder busting through your frame. Almost forgot it. For your donut, and then I bolted the deep cup to the cylinder. Make sure you put Loctite on that. And then I had to pick up the frame a little bit so the A-arm, the lower A-arm can swing a little bit down or more down so I can get the spring in, because the spring is a full stack. But it's in now and it worked out. So after I slid in the spring, I just lifted the A-arm and then got it snug to the spindle. So now all this needs is to tighten up the castle nuts and put in the cotter pins. But before I do that, I'm gonna do this exact same thing to the other side. All right, YouTube, this is about as far as I can get today. It is really late. I don't even want to tell y'all what time it is, but it's just another late night in the garage. But I got the spindles in, I got my calipers in, I got my rotors in, I greased the bearings front and back, I got my dust boot in the front, dust boot in the back. I tightened the spindles. They have the cotter pin now, top and bottom cotter pin on the rotor. So that's just my little mental checklist as well. Calipers on tight. I got my brake pads. These are the same calipers. I ended up painting them black, and then I filled in the Wilwood silver, and then I cleared the whole thing. So looks good. It's gonna match really well. So all this is in, and I'm really happy. So my pile over there is getting smaller, which is great, so I can get my space back. All this is done. Spindle, nice and tight, cotter pin, grease the bearings, cotter pin, dust boots on both sides, and my caliper is in. That's wonderful. So I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'll be back probably tomorrow. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, but I'll be back here tomorrow night. So what I have left is the gearbox, the steering linkage, the sway bar, and my wheels. And I think that should be it for the front. So it's getting closer, guys. I'll be back sometime tomorrow. It's getting there. It's looking good. All right, YouTube, it is tomorrow. Just got back a bit ago. I was at my buddy Lone Star Lowe's house where we were prepping the body for the final flow coat. Some of y'all know my buddy Lone Star lives an hour away from me, and I got to drive clear through Houston to get over there. So I was on a mission all day long, and that was after work. So now I'm back here, dug out my wheels. I got them cleaned up, so I can go ahead and put that on. I'd like to mention Street Juice. For you guys looking for a really good white wall cleaner, this stuff makes easy work of these white walls. You literally just spray it on, and you can see the grime just falling right off of it. So there is their phone number. They have a website as well. All this stuff is made in USA. I will be trying their wire wheel cleaner next, but I have so much of that stuff I need to run out, before I buy that. But anyways, really good white wall cleaner. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these wheels on. Then before I put on my linkage, I'm gonna wet sand and buff this whole area so I can get it nice and flat. It's really flat, but it has a little bit of texture on it. So I just wanna get it like super duper flat so it can look like a mirror. So I'm gonna do that after I get my wheels on, just this front part, and then a little bit on the sides. Then I'll go ahead and put on my gearbox, my linkage, my sway bar, and finish this up. So let me get these wheels on. Got my wheels on, they're looking lovely. Very excited about that. It's looking good, fitting good. I went ahead and wet sanded and buffed the cross member right here to about right there on both sides. And I did a little bit on the top of this horn, a little bit on this one, right here on the side. You can't tell, the camera's not gonna pick that up, but it has a mirror reflection. Over on the home stretch, all I have left is all the linkage, the sway bar, and the gearbox. So I'm gonna get right to that. Let me see. If some of y'all remember on the frame wrap video, I closed off the holes that are typically here on the X-frame. The only reason those two holes are there are to access the back of the nuts for the sway bar. So you put your bolt in, your nut, and then you access it through those holes just to hold them. So what I did is I closed those off, and then I recessed some nuts here on the bottom. Right here, right there, and right there. So I'm probably gonna have to chase those with the tap and die set just to clean it up and my sway bar will bolt in right there. So I think that was worth the effort just to have a clean horn right here. So I'm gonna get started on this. I'm anxious, I'm ready to finish it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going. So the front end is finished. I'm real excited with the turnout. I was able to get everything on basically without incident, but that's just because of the mock-up process. So if y'all learn anything from any of my videos, please let it be the mock-up process and how important that is. Mocking up everything before chrome plating, before painting is key. That'll save you a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of time. But here it is. Really happy with the turnout. Everything fell into place. I'm waiting on a few more chrome items, real small pieces, like the bolts for the gearbox. As you can see, only one of them is in. That's just holding everything on. I didn't want to bolt these in and then take them back off and then bolt in the chrome ones. I'm waiting for those, the bumper bolts, the nut that goes on the bottom of the gearbox, and these 4 top ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just small little items. See what else. Oh, and a few more castle nuts. That's it. But everything is tight and is ready. We have a roller now. Everything is coming together finally. As anxious as I am to put in this bad boy, I have to wait because I have to do my brake lines first. As you can see, my pile is gone. The only thing I have here is my shallow pan for the transmission. So I'm gonna do that when the time comes. But first, the next video is gonna be the brake lines. So I have to put on my brake lines first because I run them behind the cross member, and there's no way to do that with the engine in place. So I'm gonna do that first, run my line to the back, and then, and then we're ready for the body. Can't believe I'm saying that. But everything's finally coming together. The arms are extended 1 inch. I have Wilwood calipers. I'll put the links to the calipers and the brake kit on the description. This is a CPP 500 gearbox. The center link, you have to get a manual center link to run this gearbox. So a manual center link is one off of a car back then that didn't have power steering, but you can just buy them new. You can buy them new now. So this is the only piece that is specific to 59 and 60. As you can see, it's at an angle. All the other ones from 61 through 64, they're just straight. These are the only ones that are at an angle. So this is an original piece that was re-chromed. I did do my alignment. I just eyeballed the mess out of it, but I've gotten really good results that way. I will tweak it a little more when I'm able to move it. When it moves on its own power, then you can really see, you know, how straight they are. And I'll make a video about that. Whenever you take these cars to an alignment shop, they just they turn you away basically. So you gotta do it yourself. You gotta do it yourself. These cars scare people around here, so just forget about that idea. It's just something you learn on your own, and it's not hard. It's really not hard to make these things straight. Man, I'm excited. I'm really digging the side ports. These front cylinders are 6 inch, and they'll lift your car as much as an 8 inch. So you might as well run a 6 and it'll fill up a lot faster and it'll lift faster. That's my theory behind it. So I'm digging them. Real nice. I still need to tighten these. Not sure if I'm gonna run hardline off of that when the time comes, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But man, real excited. Front coils are 2-ton full stacks. I do anticipate maybe cutting a coil off of those in the future, but we'll see how low this thing gets when it's all put together. And then, you know, you still got to drive it, break them in a little bit with the hydraulics. If it gets low enough, then I'll leave them. If not, then I'll cut a coil off of them. That's easy, nothing to that. And then well, that's it for this one, guys. Again, if you have any questions, feel feel free to ask away in the comment section, and I'll answer everything to the best of my knowledge. So stay tuned. Next up is going to be the brake lines. Appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.